Yeah, hello guys, welcome to this broadcast. I hope you are all enjoying the day and looking forward to that show of ours. Okay, let's kick off with some Blitz Chess, as we do every Monday. Haven't played any games today, so looking forward to some quick games. And we got questions. What kind of questions do we have? Are there black people in Germany? Yeah, what do you think? Of course. Got all kinds of nationalities here. Okay, wow, I'm below 2,300. What did I do to my rating? That doesn't look good. Playing Volpol. I think I should win some games, yeah. Get rid of that rating. Yeah, hello to all of you who greeted me in the chat, like Hobgoblin and Magic79. Just developing here against this Budapest Gambit. This is my setup there. I would like to go b3. Oh, and I just go for the bishop e3. It's also okay. Bishop e3, queen d2 is also perfectly fine. b3 was a bit tough to play, with the long diagonal always being an issue. But this is totally okay here. Maybe I should have played f3. Let's do that now. Make sure that no knight g4 is hitting. Well, let's threaten bishop c5. It's a bit... it's not very subtle, but still not bad. Yeah, black's problem is the knight on d5. It's just a very good piece. And you don't want to play c6, as d6 then is totally weak. Okay, bishop g5 maybe. I also have f4, f5. It's also not bad. But okay, I go bishop g5 here. There's a question. If I did see the Caruana-Nakamura game by Nakamura, did it Olegas in the rook versus bishop endgame? Yeah, I did see that, but I don't consider this in any way unsportsmanlike, because it's increment. And I mean, if Caruana defends, he defends, but he's got the increment, and he has to just play. This is the good thing about increment chess. You just have to play chess. Yeah, you have to prove that you can draw that, and you have the time to prove it. And Nakamura played on perfectly okay. Okay, Z Nation says good afternoon from Pennsylvania. Yeah, good afternoon to Pennsylvania. And he says he likes my book. That's cool. Thanks. Okay, here I can go bishop c5 and win the queen. I think I will do that. D takes, knight f6 check. If he takes on d5, I have bishop b6. Yeah, hello my chess friends. This is Yermo's catchphrase. I'm not using that. Don't want to steal other people catchphrases. Someone requests that I play e4. Yeah, I can play the odd e4 today. So f4, knight c4, don't want that. Yeah, the c4 pawn is hanging, but I can take here, right? And attack c5. And it's not so easy for him to cover that. Maybe he doesn't need to. Oh, he's covering it like that. Okay, now f4. Hello to Alien J 1220. Nice to be here. He says, "Yep, I'm glad that I got some spectators here." or some viewers. So if I take on g4, go h3, bishop e6, f5, that looks pretty dangerous. Immediate f5, it's knight e3. It's probably still okay. Yeah, I think I'm taking. I can go f5 now. Let's go f5. Sorry, my pawns eat people. I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. Okay, I think this should win material. Oh no, the back rank. I just blundered the back rank. He can take on f5. He didn't see it. That's lucky. That was my idea, of course, but he could have taken on f5. What is the worst chess book? Hard to tell. There are a couple of really bad books around. One of the worst opening chess books that I recently read it's called The Sniper. That is something. I bought that book and well, at the time I didn't really think about putting it on eBay. Maybe I should have done that. As it was, I got that book at the beginning of the week, and a couple of days later I met friends and we discussed that, well, here, you know, I've got this book and what do you think? And that, okay, this is rubbish. And I sold this book to a friend for just a beer, yeah. I just wanted to get rid of that damn book. It was just damn awful. Yeah, it's G6 repertoire. It's pretty bad. It's full of mistakes and weird recommendation. Yeah, Latvian Gambit Grandmaster Guide. I don't think that this... Yeah, I felt a beer is kind of appropriate. Anything more felt wrong. Okay, so we have this dragon here by transposition. It wasn't really what I wanted to do, but yeah, somehow it turned out to be a dragon. Yeah, probably that beer was good enough to make sure I forget most of the things that I had to read in the book. It was just a total mess, full of weird analysis. And what is especially what tells you especially that the book is not good is that if they continuously ignore the best lines. I mean, yeah, you have very often you have some kind of idea what the critical line in an opening is, and if the author is just never getting to the critical line, you know it's no good. I mean, he's just never really looked at the lines that mattered. Okay, speaking of things that matter, my e-pawn does matter quite a bit. Not good. That's really a bad position here. I wonder, maybe I can go a5, give away e7 and get d5 instead, but it's not good. Yeah, I can go king f8. Maybe I should. King f8, but queen d2 looks kind of awkward. Yeah, let's try that. Yes, the Leningrad is not a bad idea if you want the Dutch Leningrad. It's not a bad idea if you want some kind of universal weapon against d4 style openings. If you like the positions, it's really not for everybody, but it's it has this universal character that gives it some appeal. Okay, so I wonder, I cannot take, I mean, maybe I can take d5. I mean, the rook is hanging, but I'm really left with many weak pawns. I think I'd rather open this. Good book for the Scandinavian defense. Yeah, there are a couple of books, but I don't really, I mean, there's a wide range of Scandinavian lines. Yeah, the book by Bauer is probably okay for Queen d5, for the Queen d5 lines, but there's also the book by Grandmaster Smurden about the Scandinavian with knight f6. So I'm a pawn down, but I have a decent dark square blockade for the moment. Yeah, this is the problem a little bit. He's attacking b4, and it's difficult to play around that. How do I play this? Not really sure. It's not really good. This is the real issue. I mean, it's not so easy for white to make any headway. At least, I mean, not super easy. Just marking time. Yeah, I'm no big expert on books on the Scandinavian. I never considered this opening seriously. I mean, it's perfectly okay. It's just that I never really thought that I should play it. Thing is, it's not really so suitable for a surprise weapon, because you should know your stuff. I think you can probably start at a very young age in teaching a child some chess. Don't think there's a particular limit or anything. Tja. He's playing well, I guess. Maybe I put the knight on c5. And in trying to exploit a moment where I can activate my queen, if he is weakening his position a little bit too much. Here I have knight e4, right? Or not? What kind of move is that? Queen f6. What am I overlooking here? c5 or what? This is checkmate. Wow. Ooh. So let's see it. Yeah, the Scandinavian with Queen d6 is certainly playable. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that Nakamura Caruana match. Was very good entertainment. Always like to watch some high-level blitz. Yeah, definitely. This is a question that everybody can answer with yes. Baby Elephant asks, do you think you'd be a better player if you started chess younger than when you did? Yeah, this is true for everybody. Starting early is very helpful. So So, got a Slav defense. I'm not so sure about the Queen d6 Scandinavian. Is there a book? I don't know. I wanted to play e4. I'm sorry. I simply forgot about it. It's yeah, it's just routine. Yeah, I always play d4, knight f3, and so on. Maybe I should have taken there. I mean, okay, that position is nice for white anyway. It's not so easy for black to free himself. My idea here is to always try to prevent the c5 move. If I'm succeeding in that, my position should be a little bit better. So let's see if I can manage that. Maybe rook c1. Seems difficult for white to play c5. Yeah, here, interesting. I can go knight c5. I've played games like that. Maybe you can take on c5. Of course, this is played in a split second. They never consider important decisions like that in any kind of scrutiny. Okay, I can check here. Not sure that this helps. I will have an excellent compensation anyway. Okay, let's take. I have not watched the football match on Friday. On Friday, I didn't really pay much attention to what happened in Paris. I was watching the Nakamura Caruana match a little bit to relax, and only later learned what happened. Okay, so I go knight d7 here. Yeah, his bishop on c8 is not exactly fantastic. So let's go rook d1. Yeah, he's got problems with this bishop. For example, rook d1, rook d1. Okay, that this might be a good move. Do I go just b4 or do I take? Okay, let's play b4. He maybe has a5 or something like that. Maybe. Yeah, as I said, I never considered to play the Scandinavian in a serious way. Not that it is bad, but I feel it's tough to play this opening as a pure surprise weapon, because you can, if you don't know what you're doing, you're probably not doing very well. So you have to invest some time, and I never felt that it is such a great opening that I should invest time in it. So here, yeah, I mean, it looks kind of nice for white, but he wants to go bishop c6. So probably have to go like this, so that I can take a6 on bishop c6. Am I a pawn down? I know I didn't really count. I think I paid more attention to some strategic considerations here. Okay, if I go there, it's difficult to win really. How can I try to win here? My rook should invade somehow, maybe like this. Knight b3, rook c5. Yeah, the Grunfeld is a great opening, but it's not easy to learn. It's lots of concrete, complicated lines that you need to study. I'm trying to activate the rook here. If I get rook straight, I can play this for a win pretty comfortably. Rook to c6, something like that. Well, it's not so easy for him. So rook here. Is he going for some counterplay? I don't know. What is he doing? Okay, he just gives me that pawn, and then he wants to go rook g8, or what is the idea? I'm covering this. Wow. He allows me to play g3. That's crazy. Why does he give me that g3 move for free? It's surprising. Yeah, now my b-pawn looks very dangerous. Maybe I should have taken the bishop, now that I think of it. Oh, bishop a6. That's unfortunate, really. I could have played that better. Could have played that much better. So how to do this? Knight b5 or... Or do I go to e5? I don't know. Only got 40 seconds left. I don't get to c5, unfortunately. That would be immensely helpful. Check here. Maybe here to go to a7. 20 something seconds. Yeah, okay, he switched to time play mode. Okay. Okay, can just about catch the pawn. I've trapped my own knight. I've trapped my own knight. Yeah, of course, he just plays on time. Doesn't try to find good moves. I got 2 seconds. Great. Yeah, now I'm totally winning, but I'm losing on time against this guy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was just too low, just too slow. Oh my god. Yeah. I just took far too long. He committed complete suicide in this game by playing some really atrocious moves like h3. But okay, just too slow. Okay. You send so many messages. It's tough to follow. Okay, so. Okay, this is the my way is going with the my way line. Bishop. I really think Bishop G5 is bad. Yeah. So let's see what happens. As a question, what my favorite subject in school was? That's easy. History was by far, actually. Yeah, a book on bullet chess, that's probably a pretty short read, right? So what is he trying to do? Castling long now, or? Maybe white can castle long. Bishop takes, pawn takes. That's probably not so bad. Which part of the game to focus on as a 1900 FIDE player? Yeah, the typical recommendation is tactics, and I'm sticking with that. Because, well, tactics is just a way of describing being precise in calculating variations. And this is the most important skill in chess by far. You have to calculate variations as precisely as possible and as quickly as possible. And if you are not good at that, you can do whatever you want. You're never going to win any chess games. And with being a good calculator, you can compensate many weaknesses and overcompensate, in fact, many weaknesses. Even if you have no particular idea about chess, but if you can calculate lines well, it just yeah, makes all of the difference. C4, knight b4 or something, or just, yeah, well, he can take on c6, play bishop b4 maybe. Okay, let's go back here. An FAQ video. Yes, I was thinking about some AMA in on Reddit, and like collect the questions in on Reddit and answer them in a video. Ja, die Großmeister des Schach von Harold Schönberg. Yeah, Schönberg probably it is, right? I have to look into that book. Yeah, one good thing is that here Mr. My Way from Norway, he takes a long time. Okay, maybe I can harass him with the a-pawn here. Quickly decided. Yeah, Math Dog asked, what about a 1600 rapid 1500 blitz and 2000 tactics trainer? Yeah, I mean, there are always things that you can do. It's also not a bad idea, a totally bad idea, if you're like 1900. Oh yeah, okay, that's a different guy, I'm sorry. There was someone with 1900 rating who asked what to do. I mean, with 1900 rating, you can actually consider to do some opening study. It's not a terrible idea. It shouldn't be the main focus of your studies, but you can look at openings, of course. I mean, this is often, yeah, it's often, yeah, demonized in a way. I don't do openings at all if you're on this and that level and so on. I mean, it's not a bad idea to look at some openings. You should just not overdo it. Yeah, it should be just a part of your training. If you don't do it too much, it's perfectly okay. So what now? Especially, it's helpful to look at the openings in the context of complete games. Yeah, not just look at a couple of moves and say, okay, white is better or so. But let's say you want to play a particular opening, then try to find out who's playing this opening, what kind of players are experts, and then try to understand how they play the particular line and what ideas they have and so on. And then you learn something about middle games. Yeah, this is the thing. If you study the opening correctly, yeah, by looking at complete games, you can you can really gain good understanding on how particular position types have to be played. Okay, that being said, I cannot move my pieces. That's no good. I didn't play that well at all. I have no idea how to untangle here. I was thinking knight d4, but he just prevented that. I cannot move my pieces here. Knight a6 maybe. Can I? It looks pretty awful. Fallout 4 was released, someone says, and therefore we have less viewers. Is that the case? I didn't check the view count. Yeah, I don't think I will play the game. I'm not. I mean, in general, I like the Bethesda games. I mean, I played Skyrim like a complete addict, but I'm more of a let's say fantasy type of role-playing person. I don't like that kind of scenario of Fallout that much. He wants to go g4, knight e7, bishop d6. What a dreadful position. It's really awful. I didn't play Morrowind. I only started to look at those games when Oblivion was released. And playing Morrowind nowadays is a little bit strange because the graphics and so on, they're so much below what is standard nowadays. It's a little bit difficult to now play it. Yeah. Yeah, now he's killing me. And after this terrible opening by white, yeah, I always hated to lose against super bad opening play, but it's not all. It's not all there is, of course. It's not, I mean, maybe I can put up some fight. Okay. It's not that easy. I can draw now. I think I probably should draw. Unless he tries to win. I wonder, can I try to win with rook b8 maybe, or is that completely... Come on, let's try that. It's not completely bonkers if I get those pawns here. Mate. That's mate. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. Okay. I've never played Final Fantasy games. And I never played Gothic. Now I don't really in recent years. I mean, I don't play that much games. No. He said, "Good game, good, nice finish." Yeah, I'm just not playing very well, but okay. I will go e4, yeah, with white now. I always here. Come on, here we go. I go with the King's Gambit. Against this, it's difficult to play something really sharp. Maybe play some funky line here. D takes, knight e4, knight d7, knight d6, checkmate. Is that good? Queen e2 is a very weird line. I'm 41. Someone asked about my age. So we have a French defense basically now with my queen being on e2. That's a bit strange. But anyway, will be interesting. No, I didn't catch the Bartholomew Shahada match. Was it interesting? I think at the same time there was the Nakamura Caruana match, and also Hu Yifan versus Neji was pretty interesting. They had some good fights there. Yeah, so John did win that match. Yeah, I was thinking he is a slight favorite to win. Not by much, but a little bit. But he was a slight favorite, as I said. Okay, I couldn't take d4 here, unfortunately. My idea is very simple. Take a bishop and win. Okay, that was funny. 1 e4. Okay. Yeah, I always recommend 1 e5 to beginners against 1 e4. It's the best move to teach you important principles like development and so on. But it's not something that is. I mean, it's not mandatory. You can play all kinds of openings. So what to do here against Freya? Maybe, can I get the Grunfeld? I recently, e3. How boring can you be, Mr. Freya? Wow, he really plays the most boring stuff ever. Amazing. Okay, so how do you play now? It's already pretty nice for black. Maybe I can provoke f3 and then drop back to e6. I'm slightly better here because of his bad development, but it's nothing great. Okay, e4. Yeah, he's right. e4. He can go bishop e3 now. It should be okay for white. What is white's goal here? Does he really just want to trade everything down to a draw? It really looks like it. If I go queen b2 now, he goes queen d8, bishop f8, bishop h6. Is that the case? I think it is, huh? I can defend with knight d7, but it looks very risky. Okay, I think I'll trade. Just play that endgame. Yeah, it looks kind of okay. But how do we do anything here? Probably tough to do. Yeah, he seems a little bit like the worse version of Wolegas. Some early better version maybe. That they left in the Brazilian jungle or something like that. Okay, I was expecting him to take. I mean, it's a terrible move, but I was still hoping he would do it. Okay. I'm not quite sure where I'd like to go. I think here maybe, so that king d3 can be answered by knight e5. I wonder about knight e5 anyway. I can also take now. It's a bit of a strange decision, but I can go b5. Yeah, should I take on c3 or not? Interesting question. And then fix a pawn on light squares. It's a bit of a strange decision and not really necessary at the moment. If I go b5, no, that's not going to be good. I want to see what he's doing. I'm not quite sure what his plan is. His plan is to play random moves quickly, okay. Knight c5 is not doing anything. Yeah, there's simply nothing going on. This is the problem. And I try to do something which is often costing me. Okay, come on. I'll take this and see what happens. It's probably not a good idea now that I think of it. King coming to a5. What am I doing here? What a bad idea to take. That was a very bad idea. That was just a bad idea. King c4 now. Yeah, it's very easy for him to play. That's the problem. Terrible decision to take there. It wasn't so terrible when I was still having the idea to play b5 myself. But, yeah, I mean, it's a draw, I guess, but it is not really comfortable with the time. Attacking g4 and knight f3. I would totally love to deliver some kind of silly checkmate to him. Probably that's not going to work. Yeah, I have to take the draw. Not much that I can do. I have to take the draw after all. Yeah, and we draw. At least I got a draw out of it. I played that really badly. I just played it badly. Taking that knight. Oh my god. Ooh. Some wacky opening. What is wacky? I mean, if they go d4, e3 on me, it will be difficult to do something. Yeah, I noticed the webcam is kind of bad. I don't know what it is. I really don't know the reason. I tried to change some setup, but it didn't help. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I have to play the Maroxy. This is kind of my dream opening. So, okay. Yeah, this is what I would love to have in every white game. Probably would never lose a game anymore, at least in tournament chess. White has excellent control over the position, and black has got very little in terms of counterplay. Okay, knight d5 here or not? He can take and play knight d4 business. That's no good. Maybe knight... Yeah, I guess knight b5. Yeah, that's not the fun kind of dragon, the kind of throw the kitchens thing dragon, but this is the kind of wins most games dragon for white, and I like those. So I think I can just take now. Bishop d6. Maybe I should have. Nah, okay, it's okay. So this one, yeah, it's probably not that much, I have to admit. Would love to play f4 somehow. Knight g4, however, doesn't help. a3. Okay, I think I'll just keep the position. I just keep it as it is and see what he's doing. f5. Good move. It's a good move. Can't do much here. f5 is really strong here in this position with the simplified, with the simplified nature of everything. f5 makes perfect sense. Okay, so what is he doing? Shooting for bishop d4, or does he want to go back to f6? Yeah, it's very drawish. Very drawish. Yeah, I don't mind that too much. I was thinking that maybe a4 can be a target in this position, like a3. Aha, interesting. So he wants to move that knight, or b3. b3. Where is he going with this? Knight g4. No. Okay. So what is he up to? I don't get it. I don't get his idea. Knight. He wants to go bishop b2, I guess. Okay. Still don't see how he handles this a3 pawn situation now. Yeah, someone says he's gonna sack on b3. Yeah, that's true. This is an idea, but I don't see how it's going to work. Knight f4 is a funny move, but I have king f2. Shouldn't be very worrisome. Knight c2 is also in the mix to pick up that pawn. My structure is not great, but I mean everything on light squares, but if I get the pawn, I don't care. Aha, so he wants to try to sacrifice, but it doesn't work. My knight is stopping the a-pawn. Very dry stuff, but a pawn is a pawn is a pawn is a pawn. Okay, so we're trading now. Yeah, otherwise I probably don't win the pawn, so unfortunately I have to trade this. Okay, have to bring the king up. Still need to be precise with this. I think probably knight over here on the light squares, or maybe just go back. Yeah, if I get in b4 it would be nice. But he has got king c5 now. That will be difficult. Has to play king c5. Have to push him back somehow with some knight e4 probably. Yeah. It should be a win. I don't think he can defend this. Looks good. And I've got some extra minutes. That's good. Or extra seconds. Okay, so knight e4. And now... Yeah, knight over there to g4, provoke this pawn, maybe. I don't know, I don't have that much time on the clock. Oh, now I can take it. I can take it. Just like that. Yeah, knights are worse than bishops, but they can give those nasty knight forks. Always tricky. And he's not catching my knight. Okay, I can also go g4, g5. Or maybe king here, yeah. King up is good. Ah, we're close to the 1 hour mark already. Always funny to see how time flies in those streams. Okay, so g5, or how do I do that? Okay, let's go g5. Oh, I just have 12 seconds. That's not good. Okay, so I won on time. Okay. So one more game. Magoo OTB FM from Cameroon. Cameroon are those? These are the lions, right? Cameroon is lions. Okay. Can I do something sharp? Let's go with the King's Indian. Yeah, in general, I do like classical music, but not something. I mean, I'm not a big expert, but in general, I like it. I mean, I'm not even a small expert, to be honest. I also like a bit of opera. It's good. Oops, he took with the e-pawn. I was essentially pre-moving bishop g4. Okay, please go back. That looks fine. I think he's wasting lots of time there, and doesn't seem too effective. f5, I go g5. Yeah, maybe attack this with b5. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Kraftwerk. I mean, they're okay, but it's not like I would listen to that. Bishop e3 is funny. I will sacrifice the exchange then. Rook e3, knight g4, bishop d4, queen h4. That's pretty strong. Okay, so here queen invasion, or I go b5. I'm going to try to destroy that pawn center there. I don't believe with his non-existent development that he can do much about it. No Schlager, please. Yeah, b5. What are you doing now, Mr. Magoo? Chat is super busy tonight, yeah? Pretty cool. Are you disconnected or something? He's not. Okay. Yeah, I'm more of a metal guy. I mean, even though it's a long time since I really checked what's out there. Yeah, so what is this? He's going to play some b3, or I mean, maybe he can take and hope that I take d5, which I'm not planning to do. I played that really quickly. Yeah, shout out to Basel. Yeah, I'm doing it again, of course. Yeah, back in the day I was more of a Metallica guy. But I heard different, I listened to various types of metal, but it's been a while. It really is been a while. Okay, so what is he doing here? Like h4 or something? Yeah, that looks interesting. I can just take d5 and be that pawn up. If I go g4, queen f4, that looks a bit fishy. Yeah, let's just take that pawn. It's probably okay. And now that I think of it, if he takes on g5, I probably have queen d4. It might be better than just trading queens. Yeah, I think Kiss are still performing. I mean, you wouldn't believe what kind of funny bands are still around. I mean, they simply all need money to maintain their lifestyle. He's amazingly slow here, this guy. I mean, I'm like 3 minutes up on the clock, which is pretty remarkable, considering that I'm not that quick usually. So, what is this? So you're basically giving me the whole everything here, right? Probably I could have played that better even, now that I think of it. Anyway, it's an exchange. Yeah, and he resigns. So, yeah, so I gained like 40 points in that stream. That is nice. Yeah, I didn't play well, but I scored some points. So, are there any urgent question? Someone suggests Manowar for music. Yes, they're fun. I still think it's fun. I mean, they're utterly crazy, but it's always fun. Try the Manowar drinking game. Whenever they say one of their typical words like steel or hail or whatever, you always have to drink a beer or something. Good stuff. Okay. Anyway, I hope you liked the show. It was fun. I liked it a lot, playing some funny blitz games and gaining some points here in the ICC 5-minute pool. Okay, let's meet next week again. Thanks, guys.